Last episode, following a short stint in the Asian Champions League, we resigned from our job at Bashantara Kings in Bangladesh. And well, we have a new job, don't we? Esteghlal have come knocking, a team that's won the Champions League in Asia twice in its history, but in this universe are in a bit of a pickle. And whilst I appreciate it's easy to look at the league table where they are top of the second division of Iran, it's worth noting they sacked their previous manager for being in second. They have a little bit of a track record for sacking managers too. And we've joined the club with £15 million in loan debt and a wage budget of £16,000 after I've rejigged it a little bit too. They're currently spending £20,500. The saving grace of this club? Probably the 4.5-star youth recruitment. This team has some crazy youngsters. This is basically a journeyman save game that's unintentionally now become potentially a bit of a youth academy challenge. Oh, and of course my son Mark is still along for the ride. I'll be honest, he's kind of been very generous this move. He's opted to take no salary with the club move. That was definitely by choice for him. And I know I have said a rule previously about the fact that I want his wages to match the highest earner. I don't want to get sacked for the team going into debt for something that I can ultimately control.
Hey, Dad, it's true that everyone else is on amateur deals here, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. Let's run the intro. I hope you guys are excited as we embark on another chapter of the Journey Manager. For those of you new, of course, we're trying to get from Singapore to London and then to win a Premier League for my son. And to do that, we earn air miles. Now, as I already mentioned, we were last managing in Bangladesh. We managed to pick up 2,000 miles there. 1,000 for winning the top division of Bangladesh and then 2 separate domestic competitions. I put that money into the bank. It gives us a lovely 2,700 miles, but our trip here to Tehran is going to eat up most of my budget. And I have found our new stadium, which as a reminder holds 70,000 fans, whilst also being the home to a club that now play in the second division of Iran. On the one hand, we have just moved 2,400 miles. On the other hand, if I did get sacked from this club, we're going to be stuck in Iran for a while. Now, of course, it is 2030 in-game, and my son is getting a little bit old. We are actually at a point now where we're beyond halfway home, would you believe? The main issue we're going to have going forward is I need to get my manager reputation up to get a job in Europe. Success here in Iran is going to be really important for that. I don't know, as impressive as winning the Bangladesh Premier League is, I think Esteghlal does actually provide us with a really good opportunity to build up our manager profile. Now, as I already mentioned, they are a team that are pretty well established within Iran, certainly one of the bigger teams. They won the league, you can see, as recently as 2025 in this save game, but they were relegated in 15th place last year from the top division. I do think, though, this graph here tells the story a little bit of this club. They were spending, at the beginning of the 2026 season, over £200,000 a week on wages. Heck, even the year they got relegated, they were spending £62,000 on wages. That wage budget has now been slashed. Well, it's down to 16,000, spending a little above that. But this is a team in disarray. I did just have a look at the first team. We currently have one goalkeeper. That is Akbar Manadi here. He looks quite good. Then you realise he's actually here on like a temporary amateur deal where he gets paid per appearance. Quite a lot of money. And don't worry, I have checked the reserve team. There are goalies here. I mean, a goalie here. I don't think I'm going to play him. Now, as I already mentioned, this is a team that's actually in a pretty good spot in the grand scheme of things within Iran. You can see they currently sit top. They had a little bit of a wobble at the start of the season, but they've not been lower than 5th. But the board expectations are rather lofty here. They want automatic promotion this year. They want us to reach the Hazfi Cup proper. We've already been knocked out of this, so I hope they're not going to judge me on that. But you might notice here in the 5-year plan, they do want us to work towards developing the best youth system in the country and repairing financial damage. That is going to be the main aim here. As I said, this could end up being a little bit of a youth academy challenge, because when you look at the team, yes, there's loads of players with loads and loads of potential, and in terms of current ability, many of the players with the best potential are players in our first team who are under the age of 20. Of all the youth talents, Abbasi, definitely the most exciting. This guy looks absolutely immense. He's out on loan to the end of the year, to the end of the year. So at least we're saving his wages off the wage budget, I guess. Now, I have already done a little bit of fudging. I've lowered the transfer budget to up the wage budget. I've also looked at our scouting budget here, which we can then put into transfer budget to then put into wage budget a little bit more. We're still almost £4,000 over the wage budget that I've been set to spend. I'm going to have to drop that, or I will get sacked, because I did promise the board during my interview I was going to sort it. And if you're wondering kind of what does £4,000 look like in our first team, it probably means letting go of this guy here, Tabata Bayi. He's a right attacking mid. That's all he can play. Has no concept of right midfield. He looks like a reasonably good player that they actually signed on a free transfer. The fact he's just signed is probably going to make it really awkward to get rid of him. Probably next episode, we're going to be doing a mini transfer episode of some kind. Now, I think logically, best plan of attack for today is going to be for me to sort out the senior team, reserve team, and under 21 team. I might need to promote some players up. Now, you might have noticed there's a game in 3 days' time, and if you're thinking, is that your B team that you're playing? No, it's not. It's not even an affiliate team that we're playing. There is a team called Esteghlal Addons. Now, I believe in real life this team went defunct about 4 years ago. Of course, Iran isn't available in the default version of Football Manager. We've got a database that adds it. In this universe, they never died. They are a completely separate entity. In my head, they are our evil twin, but they've not got the 2 Champions League stars above their badge. And just to make it a little bit more confusing, there's another team called Esteghlal that also play in Iran. They actually play in the division above us. Their badge is purple instead of blue. I'm assuming there's some kind of weird backstory here about all these Esteghlal clubs. Let me know about it down in the comments, please. Okay, I don't know why this is the case, but I'm here on match day and we play matches at 10:30 in the morning. Is that the normal match time in Iran? I don't know. I don't like early mornings. 11:30 is far too early on a Saturday. Now, the good news is I have sorted through the team and I think I've got a rough starting 11 of players. The bad news is some of the core players in the team, such as Ashuri here, who's a very good young centre-back, isn't on a proper contract. Someone could steal him at any point. At the moment, I physically can't offer this person a contract that they'll accept, purely because, well, we have no wage budget. I was feeling pretty optimistic about the fact the bank balance was in the black. That wasn't until I realised that there was just an other income of almost £700,000 last month. I'm pretty sure that was just the chairman giving us some money. Fortunately, I don't think it was a loan, but that is the only reason that we're currently in the black. Yeah, the financial balance here obviously is a little bit on edge. In terms of the loan debt, I'm hoping the club director maybe gets rid of these debts at some point. I don't know if they can just accept that they should get rid of them. Either way, these debts we're paying for the next 25 years. The combined total is £57,000 a month. So in terms of debt repayments that we're paying, they are 3 times higher than my wage budget, which does feel like it could be a problem for the next 30 years. But you know what? Good news. In terms of actual players, I can actually see why this team is top of the league. There is some very good players here. It is worth noting if we just look at the Media Dream 11 for this league, there's only actually 2 of our players in it. One of which is Vasilev, who's in on loan from Levski. Yeah, I have no idea why this guy in Bulgaria has just ended up on loan in Iran. I'm not going to complain. He's one of our best players. Sadly, whilst he is technically fit to play, I'm not risking him today because he has got a little bit of an injury still. And the other man in the Media Dream 11 is Mark the Space. Yes, my son, who, through the magic of the in-game editor, has mysteriously been registered outside the registration window. Of course, he's a player who has great current ability in Football Manager, but because he plays so many positions, it actually kind of just eats into his current ability. He's like the jack of no trades and master of none. He's playing centre mid for us. Now, in terms of the team and tactic, this is how we're going to line up at least to start things. I'm going to be playing a 4-3-3. I'm looking for underlaps from the centre mid on attack and advanced playmaker on attack. Our main man is Gorpampor. This guy looks quality. He's the club captain. He has a slight concern because they were relegated last year. The good news is he's on a long-term deal, and I feel like for us to do well this year, I need to make sure I don't lose him. He's a really quick forward with some really, really good finishing and great composure. His physicals across the board are actually really, really good. Surprised that he's not scored more this year. Hopefully we'll be able to get a tune out of him. And in terms of where the goals have been coming for this team before I arrived, actually Sultani here has been a really important player for them. 20 years old, a player that they grabbed on a free transfer, Esteghlal, before my arrival. 5 goals and 5 assists for this guy. You can kind of see why I want to look for these underlaps from the 2 central players. I feel like Sultani as an advanced playmaker and Mark playing as a centre mid on attack should hopefully be able to get into some dangerous areas. In the wider areas, we've got Azizi on the left, who I'll be honest, he's just an absolute pace merchant, but the fans love him. Hopefully I'll learn to love him too. One of many players who's come through this team's youth academy. And on the right, for at least now, I have still got Tabata Bayi, who I kind of want to sell, but he's vice-captain, and I'm kind of a bit scared that no one's going to make an offer for him because he only signed recently, and because he's vice-captain, if he starts crying, it could be a disaster. But on the flip side, I do need to start saving some wages. I think he's the kind of person I'm going to transfer list in January. Goalkeeping-wise, you've seen the options. They're uninspiring. Minardi is going to be the starting goalie. I'm just going to hope that no one tries to sign him on a free. And the defence is where things get weird, because we have got Mark, who, of course, is a defender, technically. But in terms of our main defenders, they are 2 foreign players. The first is Samake here, who's a Ghanaian who is transfer listed due to our perilous financial position. Yeah, can I untransfer list? We'll do that now, because I think I'd like to keep him around. Either-footed, can play left back and right back. Has been injured lately and does have injury proneness and is also inconsistent. Maybe I should be selling him, but his wages aren't that high. When he's fit, I think he will play for us. Sadly, him and Vasilevsky, who I've already mentioned, are not fit today, which means we're going to turn to a bunch of youngsters and hope they do the business. Mokhtari here is a right back and left back. Iranian youngster, has been at the club for a number of years, as you can see here. 16 games played so far this year. His average ratings aren't very good. At left back, it's a similar thing with all the injuries. We've got Farhad Ahmadi playing. He's a centre-back. Definitely a centre-back. He has 4 dribbling and 4 crossing. He has to learn to play left back for us. He actually played a load of games in the season they were relegated, which maybe isn't the best reflection on his ability. Now, in terms of the centre-backs, we've got a big man and, well, another big man who's slightly quicker. Sultani is the slightly quicker big man, and even then, he's not very quick with 10 acceleration. He's a well-rounded defender without anything super standout, but the big man who I'm excited for is not Ashuri. It is Musavi, who's suspended. When Musavi's fit, this guy's going to play, and he's going to be great. 15 jumping reach, 16 aggression, 17 bravery. Ignore the fact he's only got 10 heading. He's going to throw his head at everything like an absolute nutter. Bad news, obviously suspended for today's game. Also wanted for transfer. And given the club's financial position, I do feel like I'm maybe going to have to sell players I don't really want to sell in the next window. In terms of the bench, well, you've seen already, the wage budget of the club was slashed by 3-fold at the end of last year. And basically, my backups are just the youth academy players that have had to be promoted. Now, to be honest, for this level, I think they're all going to be fine. We'll call upon them as needed. Maybe some heroes will be found. Now, this game should be straightforward. Obviously, we've joined the team who were top. Actually, under their caretaker manager, they won 3 or 4 games on the bounce, if I'm not mistaken. I want to keep that momentum going. 5 points in the promotion spots is really, really positive at just past the halfway mark in the year. I'm hoping that this first year is just going to be survive the transfer window, cruise to promotion. But Football Manager is very rarely that simple. Now, I already talked about some of the personnel in our tactic and the fact we are going to be looking for these underlaps, looking to play it out from the back, because I do think we've got enough technical ability about us to play kind of that style of play. Looking to counter-press and counter. We are a team that are considered the big dog in the league. I'm expecting teams to play a super defensive style of play. It's going to be on us to try and break them down. Out of possession, not playing the highest line, to be honest, just because we've got super slow defenders, but we are going to try and trigger the press fairly often. Right now, I realise I've still got my mentality set to balance. You know what? We're going attacking. Now, in terms of players at our team, Gaurav Brampur, the captain and striker, is just the man I believe in. In my head, I've already come up with the nickname of Gaur will score. If he scores goals, I mean, he's got 4 so far, so it might be a bit of a premature nicknaming. I've just realised that the ad board pack I've got installed in Football Manager actually has, like, Iranian adverts, which is incredible. I don't know where I got this mod from, because I got it years ago. I feel like I'm in Iran now, because I can't read anything. It's perfect. Right, we're the away Esteghlal playing in white. Yeah, of course, there's 2 Esther teams playing today. Hopefully we can do well here. Tabata Bay, of course, I'm looking to get rid of. Unless he has some kind of crazy performances, I don't think he can justify the money he's on. What have we done there? We've given it straight to Nuri, who's bringing it forward for them. It's laid inside to Emadi. He could shoot it. He does. It hits the post in slow motion and is somehow cleared away. Esteghlal v Esteghlal. It's an absolute classic. I'm going to bet on Esteghlal to win. Yeah, I know, I'm original. Watch it be a draw now. Ashuri, for us, is going to take this free kick. He's our centre-back. I can't remember if I set up the set-piece takers, but maybe he's an absolute wizard. You know, maybe he's the David Luiz of Iran. Or maybe he's just not very good. I'm just looking through the free kick taker options. He is the best option. That's not good. It'd be quite on brand to go to a team that have won their last 3 games in a row and then just immediately slip up against a team that just named the same as us. Sultani's given away a penalty. I didn't actually mean it. Right, you know what, Minardi? I believe in you, mate. If you save this, I'll consider you a permanent part of the team and I'll give you a contract when we can afford it. It's gone straight through his hands. I'm fuming. First episode in Iran, I'm losing to a team that literally don't exist anymore in real life and haven't for many years. I want to be like, well, at least we've created stuff. Look at this. It's not good. In my head, I had this idea to have the wider players on support and the runs from deep. It ain't working, is it? I'm going to change it at half-time. I'm still going to blame the players as if it's their fault, but I think this might be an experiment that ends now. Sultani, play and support. Tabatabayi, you're going on inside forward on attack, mate. And in fact, I might make a change here, because we actually have one more player who I've not mentioned yet, who I like the look of, and it's this guy, Amir Mohammed. It's the Double Mo. Yeah, I might just nickname him Double Mo. I'm bringing him on the right-hand side. Momo is going to be my hero. And for those of you that weren't watching when we were managing in Bangladesh, you won't be familiar with the fact that we have many Mos in this save game. It's the main character, right? Momo, where are you going to go? He gives inside to Ali. Why did Ali look like he was running in treacle there? They're now bringing it forward. No Rousey for them. I do think pace at the defence is an issue for us. And based on that counter-attack, it might well be. Yeah, when you look at our players running back, why are they jogging? I mean, it's a crazy cross-in, to be fair, and an equally good finish. I've already decided I don't like Minardi in goal. Okay, you know what? There's a kickoff highlight. I'm going to keep the faith. Sultani, you were like the best player before I arrived. Momo's been killed. That is disgusting. Get him off the pitch. Okay, they're down a man. Right. They're down a man. I think I should go for this game a little bit more. Sultani, you've been playing at centre attack in mid most of the time this year. I'm going to play you there again now. You're going to make stuff happen. I'm going to play Mark in the middle. You know what? I'm going to play him on centre mid on attack. We're going to go for this now. I'm looking at the bench thinking, do I have options? You know what, Azizi, you've been awful. I'm going to bring on the 16-year-old, Mortazavi. I actually quite like the look of this guy. I don't think I looked at him properly earlier. He's great. Who's he wanted by? Zoban. I'll be honest, I have no idea if they're a big team or not. Okay, they play in the top division. Well, hopefully he's good and they don't sign him. I love coming to random new countries in Football Manager. I don't know any of the teams. I don't know what's going on. I'm here for pure vibes and that is all. Hopefully the vibes are going to be better. Now we're playing against 10 men. Sultani plays it wide. Momo on the right-hand side. Where is he going to go? I can't say that every time he gets the ball. He plays it to the 16-year-old. We shoot. It's blocked. But Mortazavi's going to go down and win us a penalty. Is Mark on the penalties? Mark is meant to be on the penalties in this save game. I've not set them up. Sultani's going to take it instead. I've bigged you up at centre attack in mid. He scored it. It's 2-1. We are so back. Sultani tucks it away. We'll get 2 more now. Just watch. They're playing this really, really narrow midfield. With that in mind, you know what? Let's look for overlaps. Let's play wider. There's going to be loads of space in the wider areas to get the ball into. Let's work the space. Sultani, corner. Get it to the near post. We've got some big, meaty boys. They can't run, but they can jump. It's half dealt with, but Mortazavi, the 16-year-old prince, is going to float it in. And Goram does not score. He heads it over. I mean, I do feel like since they've gone down a man, we've looked more competent. But it's hard to know, was that because I fixed the tactic at half-time? Or is that because they've just gone down a man? Nevertheless, look, we're moving around the ball with confidence. I'm not going to question it. Momo, dispossessed, but battles for it well. We love that from you. He's going to switch it wide to Mortazavi, the youngster, dancing inside and giving it back to Momo. The 2 wingers are connecting. There is players in the middle as well. Ali, edge of the box, nods it down. Mortazavi shoots, it's blocked. And Maddie, options in the middle. He's isolated a little bit. He pulls it back. More to Xavi. Sultani's shot is blocked. Momo has it. We are ratcheting up the pressure, but we can't find a way through. They're just throwing bodies in front of it. They've now gone to a 3 at the back with 2 wing-backs and 2 defensive mids. I absolutely hate it. You know what, Mark? Don't play attacking mid, mate. If they're going to camp at the edge of the box, we're going to go for it. I'm looking at the other options I have. Alipour. I mean, Alipour's actually quite good in the air. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take a gamble. Mark's coming off. I've subbed off my son in the first game. I'm going to 2 strikers. Am I crazy thinking this guy's actually good? Like, he's quite good in the air. He's quick. What more do you want in a striker in FM24? We can't lose to these frauds. This can't be how it goes down. I feel like we've played way better in this game than them. Then I remember our only shot on target was a penalty, and time is quickly getting away. Is there any time to do anything here? Mokhtari on the far side lays it short. Ali gets in. Alipour. I subbed him on and he just skies it. I really bigged him up as well. Oh, there's a free kick. There's a free kick. Right, Ashiri. We've got so many big players. He dinks it. Ali, great touch. Options inside. Why have you gone back to him? Although, he could still score. Oh my word. Ashiri, the centre-back has just done that. How would you feel if a bloke with this polygon scored that goal against you? I'd uninstall. I have to question what Ali's decision-making was here. I know it ended up being a thing that worked. That is one of the most silly things I've ever seen. I don't care, because look at that finish. Okay, how much added time? 6 minutes. Is there time? Is there time? There's no time. This feels like we've won, and in reality, we've just drawn against the team in the bottom half, but I'm kind of okay with that. We really weren't good enough. Some of them are sad. We weren't good enough. Can I cheer them up? It's just one of those days. They all look at. I'm just going to leave. It's definitely a language barrier thing. If I'm going to find some good news in all of this, the team behind us won, but are still behind us a goal difference. And the team who are actually down in third drew as well. So they've not got closer. This experiment is ending now. I'm gonna play Sultani at centre, attacking mid going forward. I've learnt my lesson. Okay, well, the start of a new chapter here at the club has started with one of the best players in our team who's not actually on a proper contract getting man of the match. If I lose him for free next episode, I am going to cry. Hope you guys are excited for the next chapter of the Journey Manager. If this is the first episode you've watched and you've got until the end, go down below, check out the series playlist. I'll link it down in the description. You can see the adventure so far. And well, hopefully when I'm back next time, we're still going to be in the automatic promotion spots. And I am actually going to be able to get rid of some players. Of course, with episodes of this series, they drop daily, midday UK time. Come back tomorrow for your daily dose. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more. I'm out.